Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, Senator Hoeven. And let me just fully associate every word, myself with every word that Senator Hoeven said and every thought he has in his heart. John Hoeven is not just a senator that represents the state that the Bison play in, he is a fan. To say the least, he is a fan. And Senator Hoeven did a great job, as has ESPN and everybody else, talking about and highlighting the legacy of Bison Nation, the 9 out of 11 national championships. So one of the things I've really appreciated about Coach Matt Entz, who, by the way, was named this year, again, the FCS Coach of the Year. That is his second FCS Coach of the Year, National Coach of the Year in the last 3 years. He's been the coach for 3 years. But as he likes to point out, while it is, in fact, the 9th national championship in 11 seasons for the Bison, it is the first one for this team. A fact that we sometimes forget, that excellence over time requires one excellent team after another. And so I want to focus just a little bit on, not so much on the legacy right away, but on this particular team. Remember, this, as Senator Hoeven said, they beat the Bobcats 38-10. And it became 38-10 after getting ahead 35-0. That's not a minor thing in collegiate football. But the 38-10 victory tied for the 4th largest margin of victory in FCS championship game history, and it matched NDSU's 28-point victory over Towson to cap the 2013 season. It was the 4th time NDSU has won the FCS championship by 26 or more points. North Dakota State's 108 rushing yards in the first quarter and 160 in the second quarter marked the 3rd and 4th times in the 2021 FCS playoffs that the Bison ran for 100 yards in a quarter. Imagine that. Twice they did it in the same game. 103 in the first quarter and 116 in the second quarter of NDSU's second round win over Southern Illinois. Now, NDSU's 28-0 halftime lead was the largest halftime margin in FCS championship game history, passing the 24-0 Bison lead over Jacksonville State in 2015. In other words, this team, this one team, is excellent among excellence. And several other, they had 378 yards rushing out of the 504 yards of total offense. They were the most by the Bison in the FCS championship game, surpassing a 300-yard rushing performance against Sam Houston State in 2012, and 488 total yards against Eastern Washington in the 2018 season. We have to talk a little bit about their fullback, Hunter Lepke, who was voted the most outstanding player of the championship game. He tied a career high with 3 rushing touchdowns, the first 3 of the game, one shy of the FCS championship game record of 4 by Furman's John Bagwell in 1985. This team, this one excellent team out of dozens of excellent teams over the years, and this one excellent player obviously stands out, along with their one excellent coach who, as I said earlier, Matt Entz named the FCS National Coach of the Year. And I think it's really important. I love that Senator Hoeven consistently refers to these players as student athletes, because remember, before they're football players, they're students. And I think it's worth noting what exceptional students they are. NDSU's Cole Wisniewski was the winner of the NCAA Elite 90 Award. That Elite 90 is presented to the student athlete with the highest cumulative grade point average participating at the final site for each of the NCAA championships. But he's one among many. 5 student athletes were named to the football all-academic team. NDSU linebacker Jackson Hankey headlines this group of 5 Bison student athletes named to the Missouri Valley Football Conference all-academic team December 14th. Now, I think it's important to highlight some specifics about these guys. Hankey is a senior from Park River, North Dakota. John and I know that Park River, North Dakota is a pretty small place. He has an undergraduate degree not in underwater basket weaving, not even in physical education, although there's nothing wrong with that, but rather in agricultural economics. And he was selected to the first team with a 3.636 grade point average. Here's the other 4. Okay, the other 4 besides him. Hunter Lepke, the outstanding player of the game, has a 3.42 GPA in finance. Sophomore defensive tackle Ellie Mostart has a 3.73 GPA in finance, and kicker Jake Reinholz has a 4.0 GPA in the master's degree. Can you get ready for this? In mechanical engineering. and then the senior defensive tackle Lane Tucker has a 3.857 GPA in the MBA program. You guys, great athletes are smart athletes. Great athletes are smart athletes. All right. To continue that, this is a tribute. While they take the stage on ESPN and on game day and the various programs, it's important to point out that North Dakota State University's athletic teams achieved a remarkable semester last fall with a 3.418 grade point average among all 427 student athletes. 3 Bison teams earned the highest ever GPA. The statistics are incredible. In terms of academic achievement of these outstanding athletes throughout all of the sports at North Dakota State University, not just football. But they definitely lead the charge. So to wrap up, talking again a little bit about the dynasty. One of my favorite quotes, and I refer to it a lot, I use it a lot when I talk about the Bison football, is Aristotle, who said, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit." It's not an act, it's a habit. 9 out of 11 national championships in the FCS alone. Before that, as Division II, they were in several and won several national championships. They never lost a national championship. In other words, they repeatedly win national championships. That makes winning habitual. It's habitual. They made its 9th appearance, as I said, in the championship game, the most of any FCS team. They've won them all, as we know. They now have 17 football national championships in history. They won their last 13 title game appearances. I mean, it's kind of remarkable. And they improved to 41-3. Imagine this, Senator Hoven. 41-3 in FCS playoffs since 2010. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. And I, as well, salute Dean Bishani, the president, Matt Entz, the head coach, the entire coaching staff, the entire faculty, every student athlete, every parent that got these student athletes to college. And it's just a remarkable thing to be able to represent this level of excellence. And I join Senator Hoven in saying, horns up, baby. Go Bison. Go Bison. I yield.